Every week in my clinic, patients walk in carrying protein bars like badges of honor. They tell me about their post-workout nutrition, their healthy snacking choices, their commitment to fitness goals. Then, I ask one simple question that changes everything. Can you show me the ingredient label? Most cannot recite what they just consumed. They grabbed whatever claimed the highest protein numbers, whatever promised muscle recovery, whatever had the most athletic packaging. They assume protein means healthy. They assume bars marketed to athletes contain quality nutrition. They assume wrong. What I'm about to show you is not about eliminating convenience. It is about understanding when a protein bar delivers actual nutrition and when it delivers a chemistry experiment disguised as health food. In the next several minutes, I will walk you through the protein bar brands that consistently fail basic quality standards and then share the ones that actually support your health goals. Before we examine any brand, you need a system. When I evaluate protein bars for patients, I check 5 critical factors that separate real nutrition from marketing deception. First, protein to sugar ratio. A legitimate protein bar should contain at least twice as much protein as sugar. When sugar content approaches protein content, you are eating candy with protein powder mixed in. Your blood sugar responds accordingly, creating energy spikes followed by crashes that defeat the purpose of post-workout nutrition. Second, ingredient count and complexity. Real food requires minimal processing. When a protein bar needs 25 ingredients including multiple preservatives, stabilizers, texture modifiers, and synthetic compounds, it has moved far from actual nutrition. Each additional ingredient represents another step away from real food. Third, protein source quality. Complete proteins from whole sources digest differently than protein isolates and hydrolysates. The cheaper the protein source, the harder your digestive system works to extract usable amino acids. Your body recognizes real protein and struggles with industrial substitutes. Fourth, added fiber and sugar alcohols. These ingredients serve manufacturing convenience, not your digestive comfort. Many cause gastrointestinal distress, bloating, and energy crashes that defeat the purpose of consuming protein bars in the first place. Fifth, preservative load and shelf stability requirements. Real protein degrades naturally over time. Bars that remain stable for years contain chemical preservatives that your liver must process alongside the nutrients you are seeking. Now, let me show you the brands that consistently fail these standards, starting with the worst offenders. Pure protein bars dominate gas station checkout counters and pharmacy aisles because of aggressive pricing and mainstream availability. The protein content appears impressive at 20 to 23 grams per bar. However, the sugar content often reaches 15 to 18 grams, creating a protein-to-sugar ratio barely exceeding 1.1. The ingredient list reads like a chemistry textbook. Soy protein isolate, corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup, glycerin, and artificial flavors dominate before any recognizable food appears. The bars contain sucralose and acesulfame potassium, artificial sweeteners that disrupt gut bacteria balance in sensitive individuals. When patients complain about energy crashes after consuming pure protein bars, the sugar content explains exactly why. Clif Bars market themselves as wholesome energy bars for outdoor enthusiasts. The packaging suggests natural ingredients and sustainable sourcing practices. The nutritional reality proves more complex and concerning. A typical Clif Bar contains 21 to 23 grams of sugar compared to only 9 to 11 grams of protein. This creates a sugar-to-protein ratio exceeding 2.1, the opposite of what post-workout nutrition should provide. The primary ingredients are organic brown rice syrup and organic rolled oats. These are essentially sugar sources that create rapid blood glucose elevation, followed by energy crashes. The bars also contain organic cane syrup, adding more sugar under a different name. For endurance athletes during multi-hour activities, this sugar load might serve a purpose. For people seeking healthy protein snacks, Clif Bars deliver more problems than solutions. Quest nutrition bars achieved massive popularity in fitness communities through social media marketing and impressive protein numbers. Quest bars contain 20 to 21 grams of protein per bar, with relatively low sugar content. This appears ideal until you examine the processing methodology and patient feedback. Quest uses milk protein isolate and whey protein isolate as primary protein sources. These highly processed proteins require significant digestive work and can cause lactose intolerance symptoms, even in people who normally tolerate dairy products. The bars contain large amounts of isomalto-oligosaccharides, a prebiotic fiber that ferments aggressively in the digestive tract. Independent testing has found that Quest bar protein content sometimes falls short of label claims. More concerning, the fiber content often exceeds what digestive systems can comfortably process. Emergency room physicians report seeing patients with severe abdominal cramping after consuming multiple Quest bars in short time periods. Kind bars built their reputation on nuts, fruits, and simple ingredients. The original nut bars maintained ingredient simplicity that appealed to health-conscious consumers. Their protein bar line moves in a different direction entirely. Kind protein bars contain protein crisps made from soy protein, isolate, tapioca, starch, and salt. These crisps undergo industrial processing to achieve their distinctive texture. The bars include chicory root fiber, which causes digestive upset in many individuals. Natural flavors appear prominently in the ingredient list. Natural flavors can include dozens of synthetic compounds derived from natural sources, but heavily processed beyond recognition. RX bars promise simple ingredients and complete transparency. Their marketing lists exactly what each bar contains: dates, nuts, egg whites, and flavoring. This simplicity appeals to clean-eating enthusiasts seeking fewer processed ingredients. However, the nutritional profile creates blood sugar concerns. RX bars contain 12 grams of protein, but also 13 to 15 grams of sugar, primarily from concentrated date paste. While natural sugar differs from high fructose corn syrup, the metabolic impact on blood glucose remains significant. The bars function more like energy bars than protein bars, despite their marketing positioning. The egg white protein, while complete, appears in relatively small quantities compared to the date paste that binds each bar. PowerBar products pioneered the sports nutrition bar category decades ago. Their protein bar line maintains the industrial approach that built their reputation in endurance sports rather than adapting to modern nutrition understanding. PowerBar protein. Plus contains 20 grams of protein, but couples it with corn syrup, fructose, and artificial flavoring systems that mask ingredient quality issues. The bars use sodium caseinate and whey protein concentrate, which digest more slowly than isolates but still represent heavily processed dairy derivatives. The ingredient list includes tertiary butyl hydroquinone, a petroleum-derived preservative, and BHT, another synthetic antioxidant that serves shelf stability rather than nutrition. Multiple artificial colors, including yellow 5 and red 40, appear in various flavors. These synthetic dyes provide no nutritional value and require warning labels in parts of Europe due to potential behavioral effects in children. Muscle Milk protein bars extend the popular protein drink brand into solid form. These bars contain 20 grams of protein, but include milk, protein isolate, calcium caseinate, and whey protein isolate. The processing required to create these protein forms removes many of the beneficial compounds found in whole dairy products. The bars contain glycerin in high amounts, creating a soft texture, but also causing digestive issues in sensitive individuals. Artificial flavoring systems dominate the taste profile. Special K protein bars represent the intersection of cereal marketing and sports nutrition. These bars contain only 10 grams of protein, while delivering 7 grams of sugar and a host of processing aids. The protein comes from soy protein isolate, the cheapest and least bioavailable protein source commonly used in bars. The bars contain corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup, and sugar, creating multiple sugar sources before any whole food ingredients appear. When patients choose Special K protein bars, believing they represent healthy snacking, they receive highly processed food with minimal protein benefit. Now, let me show you the protein bars that actually deliver what they promise. These options prioritize real ingredients, appropriate protein to sugar ratios, and digestible nutrition that supports your health goals. Epic Provisions creates bars from grass-fed meat sources rather than processed dairy or soy proteins. Their bars contain 15 grams of complete animal protein with only 2 to 4 grams of naturally occurring sugars from dried fruits. The ingredient lists remain short and pronounceable. Grass-fed beef, dried berries, sea salt, and spices comprise most varieties. The protein comes in its most bioavailable form without industrial processing or artificial enhancement. These bars require no heating, no digestive aids, and cause minimal digestive distress in most patients. Health Warrior pumpkin seed bars provide plant-based protein from whole pumpkin seeds rather than isolated protein powders. Each bar contains 10 grams of protein with only 3 grams of sugar, creating an excellent protein-to-sugar ratio that supports stable energy levels. The bars use real dates for binding, sea salt for flavor enhancement, and pumpkin seeds as the primary ingredient. No artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives appear anywhere in the formulation. Primal Kitchen protein bars represent what protein bars should be when companies prioritize nutrition over profit margins. These bars contain 15 grams of protein from collagen peptides and egg whites with only 3 grams of sugar from coconut and real vanilla extract. The ingredient list reads like real food. Grass-fed collagen, egg whites, almonds, coconut, vanilla extract. No artificial flavors, colors, preservatives, or sugar alcohols appear anywhere in the formulation. The collagen protein supports joint health, skin elasticity, and muscle recovery more effectively than processed dairy proteins. Here is what I want you to take away from this analysis. Protein bars serve legitimate purposes when chosen correctly. Post-workout recovery, travel nutrition, and meal replacement all benefit from quality protein bars. However, most commercial protein bars prioritize taste, shelf stability, and profit margins over actual nutrition that supports your health goals. Before purchasing any protein bar, check the protein-to-sugar ratio carefully. Protein should significantly exceed sugar content by at least a 2.1 margin. Examine the ingredient list length and complexity. Real food requires minimal processing and should not need laboratory chemicals to remain stable. Research the protein sources used and consider whether your digestive system handles those specific proteins well based on past experience. Consider making your own protein bars using dates, nuts, seeds, and protein powder you trust. This approach costs less, tastes better, and eliminates processing aids entirely. Your post-workout nutrition should support recovery, not require recovery from artificial ingredients. Check your cabinet tonight. Read those protein bar labels with the criteria I have given you carefully. If your current bars fail these standards, you are not getting the nutrition you paid for. You deserve better. Your fitness goals deserve much better too. Comment below and tell me which protein bar surprised you most. If this information changes how you think about post-workout nutrition, share it with someone who still believes all protein bars provide equivalent benefits. The gym should make you stronger, period.